Um, as you can see, I'm not really using a microphone at this point. I'm just getting back into the rhythm of things, and trying to just stay on a low key to myself. Who likes whatever content I put out, that's cool. Who doesn't, that's cool too. I'm learning that not everybody is gonna like everything you do. Not everybody's gonna like the type of content that you put out. You're definitely gonna have haters no matter what. No matter what, you're gonna have haters. No matter what. I mean, that's just the name of the game, and getting used to that is just like kind of like I can't. It's just like I got to put blinders on, right, and blind myself from the comments, right, and maybe I'll glance over and look at those comments, but I won't give those comments that are negative any time of day. I won't even answer those comments. I just will just glide through them like that's that. You know what I mean? Like, you want to say whatever you want to say, you're entitled to doing that. It's called freedom of speech. And I understand there are people that like to say things sometimes that can be a little bit rude or hateful or whatever, and it doesn't help the situation at all. I learned that just by not going on YouTube, and for quite some time I have not been on YouTube. This past week has been my main getting back into the flow of things, back into the YouTube world, but on a whole nother level, like on talking and discussing things that need to be discussed. That 2024 is right here. It's like right in the near, and it's new year, and yes, there's new beginnings, and everything that has happened in the past is the past. So I'm trying to keep it in the here and the now. No drama, no talking about others, no getting hateful with others, no disrespecting others, no calling others out by name, and just trying to keep it cool, calm, and collected. And not spend 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on YouTube. That's just not healthy for the mind. It's not healthy. It doesn't help the mind, because eventually I got to escape this virtual reality, right? And I got to get away from it, and I got to do other things. And as I've been off of YouTube, I've noticed escaping, virtual reality, even with Facebook. It's like I'm at a point with Facebook where there's a lot of just, people can say some things that are real hurtful. And but that's their own. That's their own. I'm not gonna judge anybody. They could say whatever they want to say. They could do whatever they want to do. The comments are right there. Go ahead, comment away. Call me what you want to call me. But at the end of the day, that doesn't matter to me, because once I get off of this live, I'm no longer on the screen. I don't pay attention to my stuff like that. I don't pay attention to comments. And that's that. And yeah, we go to zero. And that's okay. I love you all. Each and every one of you. no matter what you've done to me, no matter what I've done to you, no matter the things that I've caused, I still love you all. You're all people. I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at people how they want to comment. I just can't do that. But feel free, the comments are right there. But I hope everybody's doing well. I know the holidays are right around the corner, so that's a difficult one there. Reason why I got a coat on, I just got back from doing something, taking care of something. A friend of mine needed help with a couple of things, and I was able to do so. Today I'm able to do more in my life because I'm not allowing negative things to get in my way. I'm not allowing that. I'm branching out, but be aware, I'm not going to be quick to just jump on any willy-nilly podcast and speak to just anybody in general. That's just not going to happen for me. I'm going to be very selective of whose podcast I go on. I'm going to be very selective of what type of content I put out. I'm going to be very selective with a lot of what I do, who I place as being mods. At this point, I'm not placing no mods. I'm not giving anybody a mod. I'm not doing that. That mod stuff, I'm not doing it. It creates issues. So I'll be my own mod and I'll handle my own business when it comes to this. Now, there could be, a chance that somebody might say, hey, you know what? You need help with that or whatever. And you say, I'm okay, or whatever. But there are good people out there, that's for sure. Just remember that there are good people out there. There's not all bad people out there. There's some good people out there that have good hearts, that have good intentions, that aren't just looking to use you for clicks, views, whatever they're trying to use you for. There are real people out there that really do care. And I've met a few. But I can tell you this right now, I'm not going to be on this platform like I was before. I'm just not. I'm not going to be acting the way I was. I'm more level now. I'm more level-headed now. I've gotten help. I'm continuing to get help. Healing is a lifetime process. Also daily, day to day, minute to minute, hour to hour, second to second. I'm learning how not to allow things to trigger me. And sometimes that can be difficult. That can be a very difficult place to be, is when you know that you lit a flame, right? And you know that you, in the past, had some really bad, it's just bad connection with other people, taking things out on the wrong people, arguing with people, instead of saying, you know what, just laughing at something, or whatever, just No, I had to push the envelope. And I learned by pushing the envelope. It got me nowhere real fast. Got me nowhere. So when I removed myself, I found help, started to utilize that help. And ever since I've started to utilize that help is, for instance, someone says something hateful in the comments right now, right? Let's just say. What I'm being taught by my, therapist is think about what that person said and be careful of who you judge, because you don't understand, or you might not understand, the battles that they are facing. So with that being said, my therapist said, just don't even pay it any mind. Because the more you pay it mind, it's going to start to come back at you, instead of, just leaving it alone. And understanding that some people might, to be honest, might just be on to, try to get you worked up. Like I said, you don't pay any mind to the comments. Okay. That's one thing you don't do, is you just let the comments go, let them say what they got to say. But as long as I'm looking at the screen and I'm clearly letting you know a message of experience, strength, and hope, and how I've experienced for the going on 5 months now, that I was gone. I was like totally, I was loose. I was not mentally correct. I was not mentally stable. I was not, level headed. I was too quick to get angry, too quick to judge, too quick to argue, too quick to, say hateful things, too quick to be, I had no business at that point being on YouTube. I had no point. It being on YouTube at that point, because there was a lot going on, but I wasn't dealing with what I needed to deal with, which was past childhood trauma, which that past childhood trauma bled into my older, into my 30s. And I didn't realize that I was dealing with something called complex PTSD. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that I was dealing with extreme anxiety. Also panic disorder. Also, moods. My mood would, shift really quick. But it was because I was not seeking help. It was because I was not trying to find that higher power that could lead me in a better direction, rather than, all negative stuff. No, today's more positive for me. I have a job now. I do flooring. I'm learning the trade. I actually like it. It's very beneficial to actually go to work, get off of work, and come home and feel like, wow, I accomplished something today. I accomplished something today. I used to not look at a job like that. I used to look at a job like it was a burden. That's what I looked at it as. But now I've noticed at the end of the week, when you're able to reach in your pocket and you're able to, support your loved ones and say, you know what, here's some money, or here, let's go do this, or here, that is a good feeling. That is a really, really good feeling. Very good feeling. And, I'm learning as well, as you leave your family out of any type of podcast that you speak on. You don't really bring up anything about your family. It's nobody's business but yours and your family. And that's it. But I appreciate the people that are listening, the 6 listeners. I appreciate the comments, and I glanced over and I noticed that we got one guy on here. I don't know who he is. It seems like a new name every time with this guy, but that's besides the point. We can also do. That's as simple as that gets. Every now and then you gotta, go over and just check it out just to see, because when it's funny how, like, this one individual, Servat Singh, I can't pronounce it, but there were 6 listeners, but as soon as I removed him from the channel, it went down to 4. It went down to 4 people. So I'm wondering if he's tethering with another account. I'm not sure what he's doing, but that's besides the point. How's everybody out there doing is what I'd like to know. How's everybody doing? How are their lives going? How is life treating you? That's what I'd like to know. More positive stuff, not negative stuff. I've noticed a lot of, just craziness in the world in general. But I do appreciate, once again, those that are here, that are listening, that are being respectful of the comments, that are, just being respectful. Like, and I thank you for that. And, just getting on here and talking about certain things. Actually, my therapist told me, she said, you need to not be afraid of that. You need to face your fears instead of hide behind your fears. You need to face them head on. You need to say, you know what? I'm going to get on that YouTube and I'm going to talk, but I'm not going to talk negatively about others, or I'm not going to say people's names, or I'm not going to threaten others, or I'm not going to do the things that I used to do. It's going to be a change. That's it. That's why I got Warrior of Christ. That's why I changed it, is because that is the God of my understanding, and that is the God that saved me when my feet were in the fire and I was burning. And in a sense, like I was not spiritually there. I was not being, taught the right way to communicate with others. I just was not being taught the right way. Now, does that mean I have to be buddy with every single person that I speak to on the internet? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Does that mean I have to love you all? Well, yeah, I love you all. Absolutely. No matter what. No matter if you hate me, you like me, you despise me, you don't want nothing to do with me, you just want to laugh at me, I still love you no matter what, because you have a heart inside your chest. And some people go through a period of pain and suffering. And I am one of those individuals that went through a serious amount of pain and suffering. It was like every time I would start to come back, things would go well, right? But I didn't realize that I wasn't seeking the right help for my childhood trauma of what I seen happen and what I've been through, and then when I started dealing with that, which one of them is religious trauma. One of them is religious trauma, plain and simple. Yeah, one of them is religious trauma. And I'll tell you what, religious trauma, it sucks. Definitely sucks. Thank you, sir. I guess something's really funny that I said. I'd love to know, but besides the point. I don't know what's funny, but more power to you. Keep hitting the laugh button. Don't let your finger, hurt after hitting it too many times, because you just keep hitting it. So I guess something apparently is funny to somebody. I'd love to know exactly what that is, or what is funny to you, because, and to be honest, I find nothing funny about what I just said. I actually find it more educational on a mental health note, that sometimes you have to remove yourself from certain situations in order to continue to heal. Because if I stay stuck, and I'm not gonna go anywhere in this world. I'm not gonna move forward. I'm not gonna get those goals in life that I want. I'm not, because I'm just gonna be sitting there entertaining negativity. No, not me today. I don't do that. Nope. I am far from a negative person today. I'm more happy today. I'm more calm today. I can't thank my higher power more than the things that have been taught. The things that I've learned, the things that I've learned from other people that have dealt with the same, situations in life. But yeah, it is funny. It is funny. Oh man. So what's everybody's plans for the holidays? That's what I'd like to know. Christmas. What's your plans? If you celebrate it. I don't know. But what's everybody's plans for Christmas? You planning on seeing your family? You planning on, because that's what I'm planning on doing. That's what I'm planning on doing. Family. That's one thing I've learned too is, as time is going on and continuing to go on and it doesn't stop, and feeding into all this other negative stuff that I was like, topic wise, that was because I was hiding behind the actual trauma that I was dealing with. And I didn't even realize that it was the trauma I was dealing with, the trauma of my father being murdered in front of me. That, and being in the system and being in the foster care, network of foster care, and learning that, what, this is the trauma I am dealing with in the here and the now. What do I do to help that? Where do I go? Who do I talk to? Because I was lost. But you know what? Now I'm not going to say I'm perfect, because I'll never be perfect. I hate that word perfect. When people say that they're a perfect person, there's no such thing. None of us are perfect. We're far from it. And I can admit to that today. Before, I couldn't admit to that. I couldn't admit to when I was wrong, where I was wrong. My head couldn't wrap around it because my head was stuck in a really bad place. Doing things that were just not healthy. Not healthy at all. Not one little bit they were healthy. Not one little bit. But today, I finally can sit back and say that there's more to life than drama. Push the drama aside, move forward. And when I'm at work during the day, I'm like, wow. I got a job. I'm here. It feels good to be doing something with my life. It feels good to know that my family truly does care about me. When at one point I felt like nobody cared, but people really did care. That's why a little bit of the, throwing punches at me, kind of, and, beating me down till where I decided, you know what, I'm just going to give up, because I kept going and I kept going. And I kept going and 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 not stopping. I just kept going. I kept talking about nonsense. I kept saying things that were so hateful. I kept not listening to others when others were trying to tell me, hey, Rocko, you know what? Maybe you need to just chill out for a little bit. Get off the internet. Get away from YouTube. Dead your channel for a little while. And then come back later on and, start to talk about positive things. Like, the holidays are here, and I know for a fact that this is the first Thanksgiving in a few years that I have spent with my family. And it was actually enjoyable. It was actually a happy time. It was actually fun. It was exciting. It was an experience that I never thought a day in my life that I'd ever experience any of that, because I wasn't allowing myself. I thought I had all the answers. That was the problem. I thought I had all the answers, but really, technically, when you're dealing with trauma, you don't have all the answers. You do need somebody to talk to. You do need somebody to vent to about how you feel inside, because I could be sitting here telling you a bunch of good stuff, but what am I really thinking inside my own brain? What is going on inside my head? What is going on inside my head? Just putting that out there. What is going on inside my head? Well, today it's about, I got a few things I got to do. Get ready for the day. I've been getting my sleep schedule back. I've been working on me. I'm not talking about others. I'm talking about myself. Self-care. Self-care. And family and the real true friends of mine that I have, not the naysayers and the people who want to just judge me, and don't even know my actual story, as far as experiences and, what type of pain I truly went through. All you got to do is go watch a docu-series on HBO Max called Let Us Pray. That's right. Shout out to the Preacher's Boy podcast. There was a documentary or docu-series that was made about the IFB, which is the Independent Fundamentalist Baptist. You also have the SBC, which is Southern Baptist Convention. It's so sad how many people have been victimized in these churches. How many people have truly went through that type of abuse, psychological, physical, sexual, whatever you want to call it and name it, it's there. But I implore you to definitely go check that docu-series out, because it is definitely something that will send chills up people's spines, because it's kind of like, all right, and I've thought about this, right? Because I'm a parent. Um, it's like, you got a lot of parents out there, and parents, this is it for you if you hear this, coming from somebody who went through the system. Um, the best thing to do is not just send your kid to a boarding school because they're bored or because of what they want to do with their own lives, or, it's not going to help them. It's not. Boarding schools are like prisons. You don't, as a parent, get to see the full effect of what is being done. You don't get to see what people are really doing to children. We got 8 in the house. Thanks to the 8 people that are listening. Thanks to the 1 like. Hit that like and subscribe button. I don't know how much I'm going to come on here. I really probably won't be coming on here much. At this point, probably, I don't know, maybe once or twice a week. At most, once or twice a week. At most. Because therapy, work, family, chores, self-care, getting out, doing different things with my life instead of sitting in front of a computer 24 hours a day. Now, I did speak with my therapist about what would they think, or how would they think, or would it be a good idea, would it be a good idea to maybe write a book about these experiences or get on here and do pre-recorded, maybe like, I don't know, where you take pictures and you do voiceovers and then you post it. And like maybe start it from like the beginning, the middle to the end, instead of, all over the place. But it's going to take me some time because I got to build trust, because I'm just now coming back onto the YouTube streets, as people would call it, but I just call it YouTube. So I want to keep it not negative. Also, if I'm going to discuss anything that I don't want children to hear, I will put trigger warning, meaning don't allow your kids. And if it's something that might trigger you, then honestly, I would be like, maybe I should just stay away from this. Maybe I should just, not even listen to this. Maybe I should just go somewhere else with it, or find something else to do rather than listen to that podcast. Because when you start to dig into your own self and you start to pull these demons and nastiness out of you, and you start to go through the emotions, you start to break down You hit that point of peak where you're just like, once you hit that point of peak, it's like, boom, right there, right there. You fall into that manic state. Next thing you know, you're not thinking correctly. You're not using your head correctly. And medication, yes, certain medications, absolutely. Does that mean go on 20 million medications? No. Get on a medication that's going to work for you. If that's what you need, which that's what I needed, partly along with therapy sessions. And that's all I really can say about that is it's one step at a time with me now. It's one step at a time. I'm not going to just, jump back into this like a wild man and start saying things like that are, if I'm in a bad place, you will not see me on YouTube. That is a for sure promise I can make. You will not see a video pop up. You will not see me pop up. You will not see nothing. I will not even, maybe I'll listen to my music, because that's one thing with therapy that I've learned is music actually helps with the mind. It helps the mind sometimes. It calms the mind. But also there's certain kinds of musics too that you listen to. Like, if you listen to certain music that angers you, don't listen to it. If you listen to a certain music that depresses you, don't listen to it. Try to find something where you find a happy medium with it, as far as that. That's what I'm learning too. If music makes me angry, a song makes me angry, I'm just gonna stay away from that song. Like, I'm not even gonna, I'm just gonna go past it, because sometimes even music will bring back, what I like to call bleed throughs. Even my therapist spoke on the bleed throughs. How, certain things will just bleed through memory wise. You might have, a memory come up just because of a song that you hear. You might see something. You might even see something. You might even see something. You might even see something. But yeah, we all have to try to get along with one another instead of throwing hate at each other. And that's what I was doing. That's exactly what I was doing. And I'm not acting like this has been 2 or 3 years ago. This was about 4 or 5 months ago. But I started right after everything went down. I got in contact with a therapist, and I went into an intensive therapy, and I started to rework, like rewire. It's kind of like my therapist would say, is rewiring the brain. And trying to fix where things are kind of like, need to be fixed to help me move forward in life. And then as time went on, I met, a wonderful individual, And now I work for the man. And you know what? That right there for me, showed me that, you know what? There are people that do care. I mean, this was a total stranger at first. And now we're like close friends. Like I could call, well, he's my godfather. So, and he's teaching me a lot, prayer, meditation, learning how to love, learning how to, forgive those who don't even understand what they're doing because of what they're dealing with. Forgiveness is key. If I can't forgive you, I can't move forward. So for everybody, I apologize to who I've done wrong to. And that's all I can do. That's all I can do. And then that's it. And no, I'm not mentioning names. And no, I'm not going to do that. And I'm sure there's people out there that want me to do that. I'm sure there's people out there that want me to crash and burn. But I got news for you. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. It's just not. I'm who I am. I went through what I went through. I have a story to tell. And I'm going to tell that story in chronological order. No matter what people think, no matter what people say. Because it's not about what the people say, right? It's about what type of message am I putting across. Not just to everybody that wants to say things about me and wants to say blah, 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 blah. For a while there, I was afraid to start, actually posting videos back on my YouTube channel. But I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it long and hard. But are there any topics that anyone out of the 4 people that are in the room here, much love, much support. Thanks for the hearts. If there's anything that you think that I need to cover or talk about, please feel free to write it in the comments and I will answer questions or whatever it is that you want. And I will give you solid answers. Trauma is very hard. Trauma is something that I feel, is very, 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 very difficult to deal with. Especially when you feel like at points in your life, you feel like at one point in my life, I felt like I didn't know if I was coming or going. I didn't know what I was doing with my life. I was saying some of the most hateful things that I will never repeat. I will never repeat it because there's no sense in me repeating it, because all that's going to do is drag me back into my past and make me have to go through all of that crap once again when I don't have to go through it. I asked for forgiveness. I got that forgiveness. I also apologized. I got the, I was forgiven. And you know what? I was told, move on with your life. and let the haters sit on the bleachers and watch you grow. Because you know what? You might say something one day that might spark somebody's attention, that might help that person, that might save that person's life. Think about that. Wish I knew who this was. Yeah. So people are laughing like this whole conversation is funny. Hey, more power to you, man. More power to you. I guess it's a joke to you. I like to joke too. Trust me. I moved on to bigger and better things in my life, and that ain't drama on the web. That's for sure. That's becoming the man that I truly am and always have been. I was just stuck behind the trauma. And it's not like it's disappeared and, I'm not going to have my days, because I will definitely have my days. I will definitely have my days. But I can definitely move forward. Like, just try to move forward in the right direction and, try to, help those in need of help however I can. But don't overextend myself, because when you overextend, you end up, taking away from yourself. Because at this point in time in my life, I am a bit selfish, because I'm allowed to be selfish. I don't have to be selfless all the time. I can be selfish. I can. I'm allowed to be selfish in a way of my own mental health is what I'm speaking about. When it comes to my mental health, that comes first. When it comes to my family, that comes first. When it comes to going to work, that comes first. When it comes to doing things that I need to do to stay on track, that comes first. The rest is history. Today is a mystery. It says it right on my YouTube. I can't do anything about what happened yesterday, get it? I can only do and work towards bettering myself from here on out, day to day, like I have been doing. I'm not bothering anyone, nor do I wish to bother anyone. It's okay to sometimes walk away from people to save your own sanity. Because there was at one point where I was really at a manic state where I was totally forgetting things. I was totally not coherent. I was, abusing. I had some time, sober without a drink, and, I ended up tossing that down the drain because Why? I chose to do that. I can't blame anyone else for myself picking up a drink. That was my choice, and only my choice. I can't blame myself for arguing with other podcasters. I can't blame the other podcasters, for me arguing with them. I can't do that. I put that on myself. I caused that, entire ordeal myself. I fed into, what I was doing was I was getting in my own head, and I was allowing my own thoughts to control what came out of my mouth. And what I'm learning now is sometimes it's just better to and not say a word about, certain things. And keep in a very, 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 small circle. Yeah, I want to branch out. Yeah, I want to get my message across. Yeah, I want people to know that their taxes are going towards places where children are being abused. Yeah, I want people to know these things. Yeah, I want people to understand that we live in a corrupt world. Instead of sitting here on the internet and arguing with one another and calling one another names and making fun of one another, we need to be out there doing something to better ourselves and to better society in a whole. Better it in a whole, as a whole, better it. Do whatever you can to try to reach even further, to try to even go further in life. Do what you got to do. And that's exactly what I am doing currently. Currently, I am working on myself. And that, like I said, that's a day-to-day process. There's ups and downs. And I don't know what is so funny. I really like to know what's funny. Let me get some more coffee. We'll definitely what is so please explain to me in the comments what is so funny. No, that's not explaining, but I guess. Oh man, I love that I can laugh today. That's the beauty of it. When you can laugh at the things, whatever, you know what I mean? If somebody says something or whatever they're doing, like, that's why I'm laughing along with it. Like, it is funny. I guess it is funny. I don't know what's funny. I'd like to know. I'd really love to know what's funny. We got hearts now. Who's the hearts? We got hearts and we got laughs. We got hearts, we got laughs, we got flowers, we got whatever the hell you want to call it. Confetti, I don't know. I haven't been on here in so long. It's crazy. But I've damn near hit a fucking hour with you guys. 1 hour I've been on this bitch. Holy fuck. Probably gonna delete this live. But just know and remember that I love you all. Stand strong and stand tall, and don't let the enemy get in your way. And don't fall. Don't fall. Don't give up. Don't ever give up, and don't let anybody get in your way. Because if they get in your way and you allow it, they're just going to keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going until, it is what it is. But with that, if you're new, go over, hit like and subscribe on this channel at Warrior of Christ. And I definitely will be back. Probably not today. I don't plan on coming on again today. But this is it. I'm back, and I'm not going to allow anybody to push me off my platform. I love you all. Much respect to you all. I hope you all, if I don't talk to you before the holidays, or I don't get up on here before the holidays, I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Much love, and I'm out.